How are you, my students? Today's lesson is about the light energy. Of course, we learned that we can see objects only when light falls on them, and then it reflects back to our eyes and make us able to see the objects around us. So, a question: is all light hitting an object is reflected back? Okay, think about it. You have two answers. Yes, all the light is reflected back. No, all the light is not reflected back. What do you think? Okay, now here, check your answer. Yes, not all the light is reflected back. So, an example. How can we prove that? One example. Okay, for example, you have a source of light and the light is hitting the object. Sometimes the light cannot be passed through. Actually, the light is absorbed by the bag. And that forms a shadow. Okay, the black spot or the dark spot behind the bag is called shadow. The area exactly behind the bag is darker as the light is not able to pass through. So the light actually is objected by that bag. So according to that, we have three types of materials. Transparent materials. These materials, they let the light through them. So you can actually see what's behind them. For example, like a transparent object, this is a glass jar, a window panes, spectacles, car windshield, bulb, thermometer, aquarium, transparent sheet, and ice. All these things you can see through them. Means you can see what's on the other side because they are transparent objects and they allow the light to pass. You can see the details object on the other side of transparent objects. Like the picture. In a window, you can see what's behind the window, what's on the other side. Translucent objects. Translucent objects actually allows only some of the light to pass through them, and some of the light is reflected. So translucent objects, you can see through them, but not completely, like tinted window, frosted glass, sunglasses, wax paper, glass containing colored liquid, oiled paper, color syrup, and many other things like gems. All of these things, they absorb some of the light and only reflect some back. Now to opaque materials. These materials actually do not let the light pass through them. They are called opaque materials. Some of the light is the light is reflected back, like football, battery, pillow, teddy bear, plastic cup, and pen stand. The light consists actually of 7 colors. We call them the rainbow colors. Okay, we can see these lights through a glass prism. When the light is falling on that glass prism, it passes through the prism and the white light actually split. Can you see these? These are the white light colors, which we know them as the rainbow colors. Violet, indigo, blue, green, yellow, orange, and red. So, the light is made from 7 colors, again, and these colors are called the rainbow too. Dispersion of light. As we have learned that light can be reflected. But what do we mean by dispersion? How can we see things? How can we see things in color? Okay, the object actually absorbs all the falling or all the white light colors, as you can see, all of them. The 7 colors of the rainbow actually falls on any object and only reflect red. If the object is red, only the red color is reflected, and that's how it appears to us. Okay, think about all the colors. Okay, now this is green. What color do you think will be reflected? Of course it's green. It will absorb all the light and only reflect green. That's why it appears green to us. What about white? Okay, think for a minute. For a white color, actually all the light is absorbed and all the light is reflected. That's how we can see it. White colored objects reflect all the light or all the white colors, but about black, actually the black color absorbs all the light and that's why we can see only black. So the white objects reflect all the 7 colors and that's why we can see white, and the black actually absorb all the colors and that's why we can see them black. Black clothes also make us feel hot. That's why in cold days we can wear dark colored clothes because it keeps us warm. On the other hand, white colored clothes makes us feel better because actually it reflects the sunlight. All the light absorbed all the light falls on them. Okay, now think, you're on a hot sunny day, what should you wear? Should you wear a dark color cloth or a light color cloth? Okay, now you have given it some thought. Actually, you should wear light colors like white or like this one, baby blue, it looks like the sky. Okay, these actually bright colors, especially white, they reflect the light and they do not absorb any of them, so they do not make us feel very hot. We should wear white clothes, but when should wear actually dark color clothes to make us feel warm. Now let's revise. We have 3 types of materials: opaque materials, transparent materials, and translucent materials. To summarize, we have learned that not all the objects reflect the light. Some of the objects actually absorb the light, and some of them they only reflect the light. So we have 3 types of materials: transparent materials. Transparent materials that allow all the light pass through them. And that's why we can see on the other side of these materials. Translucent objects. These translucent objects are materials that allow only some of the light to pass through them. And this means this material can actually reflect some of the light, which makes us see them, and let some of the light also pass through. Another thing, or the third type of material, is the opaque object. Actually, these opaque objects, they make good shadows because they do not allow the light to pass. As we saw, the bag actually block the light, so the light actually travel in a straight line, as we have learned before. Actually, the light only passes around the bag and not through the bag. The bag absorbs the light, and that's why the dark figure or the dark shape, which looks like the bag, appear behind the bag, which is shadow.